statement from you, and then open things up to these guys for questions.
Great team effort. We got off to a slow start. They jumped out on us 8-0. But we talked about in the locker room before the game, there's going to be some adversity, but you guys got to stay together, and we got good leadership. And those guys stayed together. We battled. We took the lead at halftime. Second half, we struggled to score early. We started throwing the ball to Big Morris early in that second half. He started to score it. They started double-teaming him. They were boxing out Tyson. They wouldn't let him get the ball. And we had another young man stepped up. We see it every day in practice. He's one of the best players in the country when it comes to creating shots off the dribble, and I thought he did a tremendous job, and we did a great job on defense. Keys coming into the game. It was transition defense, keeping them in front, and I told these guys, my 8 years at Wichita State, we have won games on the road as much as anybody else in the country. And the reason we win games, we try to be the smartest team on the court. We defend, we rebound, we play with toughness, and I felt like we did a great job of all of that tonight.
This has kind of been a place for some breakouts. Landry back in 2018 had 30 here. Tyson had a big game last time you guys were here. I feel like this was kind of Ricky's moment.
Yeah, without a doubt. You know, he's a talented guy. We see it every day in practice. I told you when he gets into the game, we don't run any plays in transition because he gets most of the rebounds, and we call it push and play. And I trust him, and he made some big baskets early on to keep it close. And then down the stretch, like I said, they were boxing one on Tyson, denying him the ball. They started doubling down on Udeze, and they were playing him one-on-one, and he's one of the best one-on-one players in the country. And he made some big-time moves, some big-time finishes that we really needed down the stretch.
How kind of describe just the degree of difficulty on some of those shots too, and you know, it's so tough to score down the stretch when everyone's locked in like that. So just how valuable is that to have a scorer, you know, outside of, you know, Tyson Etienne to be able to do that?
Yeah, Oklahoma State is a great defensive team, one of the top 20 defensive teams in the country. They got Cisse in the middle. They got Likely outside guarding the basketball. I thought Ricky did a great job of, you know, taking spots when he could get it. He didn't force anything. When they didn't help out, he went one-on-one. He made some big plays. When they did help out, I remember him making a great behind-the-head pass to Morris for a layup. So just proud of his decision-making. He does that in practice, and he continues to get better every day.
Ricky, when did you know that you were going to feel it like you were tonight? Was it the shoot-around when you saw that first bucket go through? When did you know you were going to have the night that you had?
Really, after Missouri, I was just like, I got to step it up. I felt like I wasn't playing my game. And honestly, just on a road win like this, you just want to win. Like, I didn't care how many points I had, but obviously, I don't know how many I had. I think I had like 15 or something. So it was just big. I just wanted to win the game and did what I had to do it.
And for you, Mo and Ricky, what kind of statement win does this bring for your team? I mean, obviously, looking ahead, people will look back at this game and say, this is what this team has shown they can do.
Huge, man. 2 back-to-back wins against Missouri, SEC, and we just played Oklahoma State, beat them. It's 2 huge wins that's going to help us in the end of the year for our NCAA tournament run.
Yeah, like Mo said, Big 12 win, SEC win, that's just going to help us at the end of the year when they're announcing teams and good wins and all that. You know how that goes.
Coach, you're talking about a team who's done, again, we talked about it back in Wichita, this tough stretch that's been going back to the Vegas trip. Just what have you learned about this team over this last stretch of games? What have they shown you?
That they can handle adversity. You know, we got down early to Arizona State, a team that's in the top 10. We battled back with different defenses. That game against UNLV, right to the end, we had the ball, and it kind of reminded me of the NCAA tournament. I just remember that game where we took a 3 at the end, and against UNLV, I wanted to make sure that we got a layup. So we drew up a play to get a layup. We got fouled. We made 2 huge free throws that we really needed. I felt like going to Missouri, a tough physical basketball team, we did a good job scoring in the half court. We really executed. In this game, the game plan was to just get back in transition and make them go against a set defense every time, and we did that. And on offense, it was real simple. Take good shots, don't turn it over, keep good spacing, and that's what we did the last 4 minutes of the game.
When everyone's locked in, big-time moments, but I know you enjoy, you know, just trying to get buckets against guys. Did you feel kind of just right at home, or how did you not let that moment kind of get too big for you?
Shoot, I was just playing my game. I mean, humbly, like, it wasn't nothing crazy in my opinion. I was just getting to my spot, shooting. Like Coach said, when they helped too much, I was dishing. I was just playing my game for real.
I'll say this about Ricky, and I don't say this a lot about a lot of players. no matter who we play, it could be an NBA team. Ricky feels like he's the most talented guy on the floor. He really does. So I think just having that confidence helps you to become a good player, and there's not a lot of pressure on you. But I thought Big Morris was really huge because when they took CeCe out, I don't know if he got in foul trouble or what, we started going inside, and that opened up everything. Morris got some big baskets inside, and that will enable us to free up wide open shots on the perimeter.
You know, you guys see Ricky do this all the time in practice. Kind of just what's it like to see him, you know, when the you guys are on a big stage, really close game? What's it like to see him do it in crunch time like this?
I'm very happy for him, man. We always talk about this. He comes to my house, my apartment all the time. We always talk about big moments and playing the big stages. So I'm very happy for him, man. This is like his biggest game you had, right? Away game, so this is huge, man.
What makes him so tough to guard?
Combos, like take him one way, he's gonna go the other way. His combo, and he gets to the spots very well, so tough to guard.
And he's a great finisher at the rim.
Yeah.
Ricky, I thought there was the one that you dished off to Mo at the very last second. You know, some of those, you know, this season you've tried to, you know, maybe force it a little bit. Was that just kind of a huge that decision, and was that kind of a growth moment for you? You feel like?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said earlier, I just watch a lot of film on myself. I critique myself, like even before the coaches can even get to me. I go, like we get like Missouri. I think we got home like 4. I watched the whole game that whole night, and I was just critiquing myself. So just forcing things. When I did the crossover, I felt like I was wide open, but I knew he was going to jump at the last second. I saw Mo in the middle. I just threw it behind my head. I was glad he catch it and finish for him one.
Did that almost catch you by surprise, Mo?
100%.
Isaac, you've talked about trying to get OSU and set offenses with your defense. What did you see from your zone that you thought could be effective against them?
Well, I look back on it in the one game that they lost this year to Oakland. Oakland played zone. And I went back and watched 5 tapes on them against other people, video, not tapes, but video. And nobody else played them zone. And it kept going through my head, there's no way I'm going to sit here and play these guys man-to-man all night. We want to keep changing defenses, and that's our defensive scheme. Sometimes we 1-2-2 back to 50, sometimes we 75 back to zone, and we just didn't want to give those guys layups. So that's why we wanted to change it up, give them a different look to try to keep them off stride.
Is there something on the zone that's just really hard for them to figure out from your viewpoint?
No, I think it was just one of those nights where they didn't make shots on the perimeter. I think they run good sets against zone, and I think anybody else that zone them, I'm sure they'll be able to execute.
You forced 21 turnovers tonight, Coach. That's a season high for Oklahoma State. What made y'all so effective at getting those turnovers?
We play a defense called 50X, so we don't allow penetrating passes. We want you to feel us, so we try to deny passes. And I thought we did a good job of when they drove the basketball, just getting in the gaps. We wanted them to make the extra pass and forced them to make threes, and I thought we did a good job getting in the gaps, getting deflections and turnovers.
Ricky, I know you probably expect this out of yourself, but I mean, this is kind of like maybe not a coming out party, but definitely like one of the best games you've had, most significant games, I guess. Does it feel any different to you, or does this just feel like, you're just out there hooping like you always do?
Yeah, like I said earlier, like I just wanted to win the game, and I did what I had to do. Like it's just sad going on a 2-hour bus ride with a loss. Like you don't want to do that. So I just wanted to win the game. Like it'd be pressure sometime on the bench. Like gosh, we got to win the game. I think it was down 4. But yeah, I just wanted to win the game. Like the scoring, I just did what I had to do.
Do you feel pressure like down the stretch? Does it feel any different than?
Not at all.
You kind of got started a little slow, trying to get some close ones to fall. You hit 4 straight, and then you kind of started to feel, especially in the second half. What was that turning point for you?
I'm just gonna say, like, in the beginning, wasn't catching the ball obviously and stuff, but talked to my coaching staff to like calm down, just relax. It's gonna come to you. So I just took my time, started powering up. I was pump faking a lot, so I just thought about like if I just go up strong, they found me, I found me. So I started doing and going through their chest instead of fading away on the shots, and it worked out for me.
We'll let Oklahoma State have their room. Wichita Media, other players you need.